Hey, welcome to New Jump City, everybody, where we recap the week in American and Japanese sequential art. I am your host, Christian, the unbiased king. Espinal, and joining me through StreamYards, it is the man, the myth, the legend, the tank top sage. It's Joshua. Gangsta Time Code.
It's called partner, but it should be called Gangsta Time.
What's good, Chris? What up, everybody listening?
Hell yeah. Also joining us, it is our producer, Edgelord. Big news, Brian.
なんというビッグニュース
What's up, nerds?
Hey. We're back, baby. Brand new episode. Very excited to get into it today. How are you guys doing this week?
Fire emoji.
Fire emoji.
Been better.
Yeah. We're a little tired today, a little eepy, you know. I've been working out, guys. Which means
What? Me too.
I just started in the gym.
Me too. Me
Double
too.
O?
I'm trying to get relatively healthy.
It's important, man.
Yeah. I'm trying to lose my gut. But
I'm happy to hear
I
that.
just got muscle soreness all the time now.
That's good, though.
Yeah, because I'm pumping iron.
Good pain.
I'm pumping iron, guys.
Yeah, bro.
But yeah, I've also been reading Witch Watch a little bit. I'm almost there, guys. I really am. I'm like maybe 25 chapters behind. So that's
Wow.
yeah. Out of 218, I think there are right now, 220 or so. I'm on like 200 and something. So that's exciting. Or maybe I'm not. I don't think I crossed the 200 line yet, but it's been going. There was a funny chapter that I enjoyed where everybody gets turned into t-shirts and their personalities show what kind of t-shirt they have. Oh, what kind of t-shirt they are.
Like just like designs on it? On
Yeah,
t-shirts,
design-wise.
or like a bunch of different types of ones?
Yeah, like
this
design
long
ones.
sleeves.
There's
Oh, okay.
there's a character who is like, a graphic t-shirt with like letters on it that change whenever he's talking. There's a guy who has like a portrait. It's his portrait of his face, and it changes depending on his emotion or whatever. That was a fun little chapter. But yeah, it's been going. I'm relatively enjoying it, but it hasn't been my absolute favorite so far. As I'm nearing catching up, it's more of a me problem than it is a Witch Watch problem. More than anything, because a lot of times, I think I've discussed this before, where it's just like there's a lot of references that just get lost on me because it is like very rooted in Japanese culture and pop culture and what's happening over there, and like references to things that I wouldn't know. But the art is amazing as usual, and when the story is actually like it shifts to its dramatic side, it's pretty solid, and the action's fun and it's unique. So not bad, not a bad series at all. How's your One Piece journey, Josh?
Well, I just finished Act 2 in Wano.
Hey.
I really enjoy how it's broken down into like these clear divided parts.
Yeah.
I mean, we could probably do it ourselves like we do with the rest of the arcs, but it's nice that I didn't have to think about it.
Yeah.
So a couple things was answered that I had questions about. No, I am thinking about a whole different series. Sorry, never mind. I'll say this. Zoro just got Enma.
Nice.
They were dropping a lot of hints about Zoro and his village and his like sword master or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I remember you guys talking about this, like the theories and hidden lore that I guess what's his name? That someone in Zoro's village is actually from Wano. Has that been confirmed?
That is
confirmed
confirmed. There is an official Zoro family tree that Oda revealed in an SBS.
Yes.
I'm actually pulling it up now so you can see it. But yes, Zoro's family tree was indeed revealed, and this is it right here. So there's Shimotsuki Kozaburo. We've seen him. He made the Wado Ichimonji, and he crafted, I think, Enma.
Is there any way you could zoom? Oh, never mind.
Yeah, I can.
I can zoom in there.
I got it. So he met a girl from the village in the east. He went to the East Blue at some point. He and a group of 25 people set sail from Wano 52 years ago or so, and he met someone in the East Blue who, he married and had a son, and that's Kuina's dad. Kuina would then spawn from him, and then we would see Shimotsuki Furiko, who is, I guess Kozaburo's sister. She met a swordsman named Robonoa Pinzoro. They had a son named Robonoa Arashi, and then they had a son named Robonoa Zoro. He's also a descendant of Ryuma, and of course, as we knew, that one guy who helped Yamato way back when he was a kid.
Yamato.
Mm-hmm.
Yamato, the
son of
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kaido's son. So this
Wow.
is his family tree.
Kaido's.
A lot of anime onlys will never know this because he revealed this in a fucking SBS.
Wow. So all of this boils down to the fact that Zoro is a descendant from Wano loosely.
Yes.
His descendants are from Wano.
Yep. And I guess Kuina's
his
cousin
tutelage
actually
is also from Wano. Like his swordsmanship is also of Wano as well, directly.
Yep.
Cool stuff. Really sucks that Kuina died. Also, man, the context of Moria being from
Wano.
From Wano is insane. While I'm reading it right now, because he's the one that robbed the grave.
Mm-hmm.
But wait, was he? Because the grave was robbed. They said that that was the catalyst that set everything.
No. Ryuma's body was robbed. I guess he must have. Oh yeah, maybe he must have taken Ryuma. He must have taken Ryuma's body.
Yeah, and and he had the sword.
Right.
Yeah. Because that's how Zoro got the sword.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And they said that is that put a curse on Wano.
Mm-hmm.
So, but Kaido got there before that, right?
Yeah. Yeah, Kaido. Well, we don't know the exact timeline because Kaido and Moria did fight on Wano. And specifically the area of Wano where Moria's grave, Kozuki Moria's grave is. So, they had to have fought on Wano. And then after losing, Moria probably robbed Ryuma's grave and then bounced.
I have the picture of her. I have the picture of Kiku begging Zoro to give the swords back. Hold on. Yeah, please allow Shisui to be returned to its rightful place. I don't have a picture when she said it was a curse that befell Wano, unfortunately. Damn it. But okay, whatever. Cool stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this flashback, and I have a feeling that it's not as lengthy as I remember it to be.
What, the Odin flashback?
Considering that I got through this part pretty fast.
The Odin flashback is about a volume long. I think it's the longest flashback so far. unless probably unless this current Rocks one debunks it. But I do believe that I think it's confirmed that the Wano flashback is the longest thus far. But it's a good flashback, man. I remember it fondly. Those first few chapters where you get to see Roger, and you get to sail along with him for the first time. You get to go to Skypiea when Roger was there.
Man, forget all of that. I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there soon, and we're gonna talk about it. But let's Yasui. Oh my God,
the young Don.
Yasu, the young Don. Oh my God. Yeah, he went hard for the village. He went hard for Ibisu town. That's where everybody had, the
smile
given
fruit.
like the smile fruits to eat because they was hungry. Oh man, so fucked up. And they were the fruits that were already like they were like the leftover scraps.
Yeah,
they still had that effect.
The defective ones.
Yeah. Really, really good storytelling about how these people of Wano have endured so much at the hands of a ruthless ruler that wields their power to oppress them. And it's going to be so much more cathartic when Luffy beats that ass, beats his Toon ass, drags that nigga into a Tom and Jerry cartoon.
For real.
Can't wait for that. Luffy's been training. He's learning how to like hit through shit.
Yeah.
And he just got it. He just figured it out. He hit through a tree and it's like, don't you wait, Kaido.
Have you ever seen episode 10-15?
In the anime?
Mm-hmm.
No.
You should when you get there. It's that it's one of the more famous episodes of One Piece. Because it was like really, like a lot of people, like it went viral. It was that moment where, Luffy first gets to the roof. And I think it's worth watching. It was super well made.
What is him, Zoro,
and
Kid, and
yeah,
Killer?
Yeah,
Luffy walked right by Kaido and Big Mom. I forgot why.
Oh, to go see the samurai.
Oh yeah, because they tried so hard to beat Kaido, man. This shit's about to be crazy.
Yeah.
I want to say one more thing. I think this is the first arc that I felt that the Straw Hat members really took a backseat to the overall plot. Like, even though I know they're going to have a ton of focus on them during the Kaido infiltration, what's it called? The island? Ogre Island?
Yeah, the
arc.
Onigashima.
Yeah. They truly are background characters to the, this epic that is like Wano. Mm-hmm. And it was just well done, masterfully done. Like, I care so much about these characters, and there was a lot of build up. We was with Kinemon for a while, ever since Punk Hazard. That moment when they were Kinemon is catching everybody up to like what happened like in the past couple months, and how the fact that they just like literally this whole situation that happened with Odin 20 years ago just happened to them like a couple months ago.
Yeah.
And knowing that One Piece has only been like 2 years long, 3 years long in total?
2.5 years, you want to say?
Skip, so
yeah, probably like 3 years or so.
Right. So truly, the series has mostly just taken over the course of 10 months, maybe?
Yeah.
like of active time. So knowing that only happened 2 months ago for them, that shit happened when they was in Fishman Island type shit, bro. Wait,
what did?
Right before that, right when they was on their way to Shibodi, coming back to meet up. That's when that shit probably happened. Huh?
Wait, when what happened?
No, well, I'm just thinking like when they got teleported back, Kinemon and
Oh yeah.
Conjuro.
It must have been around that time. Yeah.
Yeah, it was so So like that's how recent it was for them that it happened.
Mm-hmm.
And then how they reconcile that with the people who've been alive for 20 years. It was a really dramatic moment where Denjiro, the guy that's been in Wano, the big beef dude, like
angry guy,
brought them to a gravesite. And he was like, yo, like a bunch of the warriors, they couldn't wait. Like it was like maybe like 8 or 9 years later, 10 years later. And they was just like, yo, shit ain't getting better. There's no, guarantee that these guys are going to come back in 20 years and we're dying now. So we're just going to go and fight. And that shit was sad.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we want to die like samurai.
Mm-hmm. Zoro's uncle or someone was one of those guys.
People were saying how the last few One Piece arcs, like Oda's been like One Piece has been falling off. People are on fucking crack, bro.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Weirdly enough, One Piece has never been better, in a lot of ways. But, it's not here today, unfortunately. We're off. One Piece is off. So this is our one opportunity to glaze One Piece for a minute. But
glaze.
But yeah, I'm ready to start the show proper if you guys are.
Yes, sir.
I want to bring something up real quick.
Ooh, Brian's got something to bring.
I finally finished reading the book of Yokai.
Oh,
yeah, you was telling us about that.
So funny that you're on Wano. So it's actually pretty topical. Onigashima is actually a thing in Japanese folklore. It's
like the land of ogres.
Yeah, the concept. Yeah, it's not ogres. That's just bad translation from the Viz team. Kaido is definitely supposed to be a representation of Oni. Because while I was reading the book, the description for Oni is almost 1-to-1, kind of like what Kaido is. It's a person in a demon in a loincloth with horns, and they walk around with a club. So, which is very similar. And there's folklore on Onigashima, which translates to Oni Island, essentially. So, pretty interesting fact. Some of the things that Oda draws from is from Japanese folklore. So.
Oh yeah, Wano is just full of it. It's just full of that kind of cultural reference.
Yeah, same thing with what's the name? The guy with the fucking mask that turns out to be Kawamatsu is supposed to be like Kawamatsu is supposed to be kind of like a kappa, but
yeah. Well, he literally is a kappa.
I'm talking about the guy with the mask that has the sword that Luffy takes.
Kiku.
No, not Kiku.
Oh, the Tengu guy?
Yeah, the Tengu guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So Tengu also are very interesting figures because they are kind of monk-like beings that kind of exist where it's like they either choose to help you or they choose to kind of fuck you over or some shit. But they're known for kidnapping, apparently. Like they'll just take you to another fucking universe and you don't know what the fuck happened. Oh, shit. So that was an interesting fact.
Yeah. There's a Tengu in Witchwatch.
Yeah, what's the Tengu like in Witchwatch?
I think he's more of the gag character.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. He's honestly one of my favorite characters, honestly, because he's supposed to be whenever something happens, he always gets the short end of the stick. He's a funny guy, funny character.
But yeah, if you guys ever want to read anything about Japanese folklore and don't mind a little academic study, I'd say it's worth the watch. Worth the read. So that's it for me.
Hell yeah. Alrighty then, let's get into the show proper.
Bloody Cross.
Sakamoto Days. This is Sakamoto Days, chapter 230. genius sharpshooter. Last we left off on Sakamoto Days, Heisuke came in clutch and saved Lu from, certain destruction by shooting from such a distance that it beat even Kamihate's world record for longest shot. And speaking of Kamihate, he also comes in to save the day after Heisuke gets impaled by a stop sign. That's where we're picking up with this chapter. Kamihate is like, impressive, Heisuke, you broke my world record. And then he looks over at Heisuke, who's literally dying, and he's like, you nailed that long shot distance with those wounds? Yeah, but never mind that. Thanks for coming to save me, Kamihate. And Kamihate starts freaking out. He's like, never mind that. You're saying breaking my world record is no big deal? And he's like, and Heisuke's like, oh, don't worry, man. I wasn't even thinking about that. When I was making that shot, I wasn't even trying to do that. And he's like, oh, so you did this without even trying. We're through, you jerk. Magnet Lady is also through, and she magnetizes nearby train tracks, curves them to a point where the train that is oncoming follows the train tracks over to them, and she crashes the train into their vicinity. But luckily, Kamihate, it was pretty sick. Luckily, Kamihate was able to dodge with Heisuke in tow. And Magnet Lady is like, how come all these order morons want to team up with these small-time losers? I've seen at least one of them die for it. And she keeps up her pursuit. And I think like Kamihate is like blocking with the sniper barrel. It's pretty cool. Heisuke is like thinking to himself that he can't let Kamihate die because of him too. And he tells Kamihate to leave him there. And Kamihate is like, you moron, are you saying I'm not your friend? And in the middle of their little bickering, Kamihate kicks Heisuke out of the way as Wrestler Dude comes back and tries to hit them from above.
I thought he was dead.
Yeah, no, he lived, apparently. He's about to land the finishing blow on Heisuke, but Kamihate makes a fucking clutch shot again, shooting this guy in the shoulder, sending him flying. Magnet Lady tries to punch Kamihate, but he blocks it with his rifle barrel. And he actually starts to doing some hand-to-hand combat. His arm appears from underneath his cloak. Or is that his leg? I don't know. I can't really tell.
I think he kicks her.
And then he just comes down and hammers her with the barrel of the gun. It's actually pretty sick. Magnet Lady is gears up a nail to shoot at Heisuke, and he's like, you'll be sorry. She launches the nail, but Kamihate blocks it with the barrel of his gun, and it actually ends up destroying the barrel. He even goes gack. He didn't even get hit, but the extension, but the fact that his sniper rifle, which must be an extension of himself, being that he is the best sniper, he felt that pain, I guess. And he's like, see,
maybe the shockwave, he was holding the gun, so maybe it startled him too.
Yeah. No, I just like to think that he felt the pain.
Yeah. It was a spiritual thing.
Yeah, right. So yeah, she's like, see what happens to when you choose the wrong pals? You got to ditch the dead weight in life. That's just common knowledge. And Kamihate is like, oh, I see. So that's where you're at. Young lady, I remember when I was an edgelord. He said, I'm strong on my own, so every person on earth is dead weight to me. And I'm like, man, all right. He's like, but that's not what friendship is, though. If you're hung up on dumb garbage like that, you'll never get to see how amazing Heisuke is. And the Magnet Lady yells back, he's like, are you two idiots? 2 snipers, no guns. Don't you understand the situation you're in? And Kamihate is like, yes, I fully grasp the situation. He says, for example, it's Monday morning, 10:03 and 7 seconds. clear skies, humidity is at 32%. Wind velocity is at 1.5 millimeters per second, I suppose. Come from the northeast, favorable conditions. There's a weather helicopter overhead, and then his hand emerges to shoot up, to point upward, and we see that Heisuke is also making a shot for upward, where Kamihate is pointing, and he fires his gun at the helicopter, causing it to fall directly over a nearby bridge, collapsing it. And as this is happening, Kamihate says, "As far as I'm concerned, everything in this world is a gun." And as the helicopter crash lands, it creates a wind tunnel so strong that it knocks back a whole car and a bunch of vehicles towards the magnet lady, and she gets hit with all that shit. And Kamihate ends the chapter by saying, "That's the power of friendship. Get it?" And that was Sakamoto Days, chapter 230.
Can you do the world becomes my gun drop?
Oh, yeah. I should have. Brian.
Yeah.
Hold on. I got it. Hold on.
The world becomes my gun.
And that's where we end with Sakamoto Days. Josh, what did you think about Sakamoto Days, chapter 230?
This is the RGC for me.
Hey.
Certified RGC. Certified RGC. Certified RGC.
Where to start? There was a lot of cool things in this one, like packed into this one chapter. I mean, the reveal that the sniper order member is not just a sniper, but he has hands and feet. Mm-hmm. He is, in fact, a person and not just a gun.
Yeah.
An inanimate object. I think, obviously, he was a person, but I'd be lying to y'all if I said I didn't have any doubts. Right? We've seen weirder shit in comics, but this Heisuke needed to go out with a bang, or at least, like, you know, as the series is wrapping up, he needed to have a solid moment. And when the sniper order member pulled up to help him out, I felt like, all right, now this guy has to have like a killer moment too, to really make this, you know, a satisfying end, like, I guess, to their like sniper arc, so to speak. And I mean, it delivered. That slam with the nozzle, like him fighting her hand to hand, and then like using the actual gun like as an extension, like to fight with. That was sick as hell.
Yeah.
This was arguably the best panel of the week on page 15.
Yeah. When he slams her down with the nozzle.
Without a doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That was really dope. They can make that into a poem. I'd love to see someone make like a color version of that. I thought it was also hilarious how his hitbox extended to his gun, because I'm sure it's like that in some games, some fighting games. It's unrealistic in real life, but I feel like it was a reference. And then down to the magnetism chick getting killed by, what was this?
It's a wind tunnel.
He used the tunnel as an air cannon.
I don't understand the physics behind
Does that check out?
I don't understand the physics behind it. Let me Google to see if that.
Wait, what are you gonna look up? What happens if a tunnel collapsed? Does it shoot out a stream of air.
Okay, so discover the meaning behind. Okay, no. What is this? What is this?
Listen,
you go on. Keep vamping, guys. I'll find something.
Well, I just want to be clear, right? Obviously, this is a fictional story, and right, fake ass stuff with unbelievable things happening. It happens in plenty of other series, but the reason I want to check this out is because, like, they like to make in Sakamoto Days, sometimes they like to make a point out of like how this extraordinary shit happens. A lot of times in other series, they don't bother to explain it. They're just like, yeah, believe it happened. Sakamoto Days likes to try to give these explanations. And I feel like I'm being challenged or something. I feel like they're saying, yeah, your bitch ass won't look it up. You lazy. You're not even like that. You're not gonna like fact check this shit. Like I feel like I'm being tested. I don't know. Am I crazy? Perhaps. But
Okay, so here's what AI pulled up because I Googled it, and Google's AI says during a fight in an underground tunnel, Sniper Hisuke uses his ricocheting bullet to his advantage. What? Kuronami, who can manipulate magnetic fields using creates an iron. Okay, so maybe this is not right. Wait, Kamihate uses a high-powered fan, which is, I guess, the helicopter, to generate a vortex of high-speed air. Man, I'm lost. Never mind. Anyway.
well, I'm not gonna think that much harder about it.
Yeah, me neither. If they don't want to tell us, they don't have to tell us.
It was sick. He created a weapon out of a disaster. That's cool enough for me. Brian, what were your thoughts?
This is a really fun chapter, honestly. Like, great action. I love it when this magnet chick throws shit at people. Like, one of her panels went viral during the like museum fight where she like tosses a truck through a wall, and like, you know, using her magnet powers. And this time she like literally flings a whole fucking train at them. That was such a sick moment. I love the fucking choreography in this series. See, this is why this is where Sakamoto is like really fucking strong, is when they do shit like this. You know what I mean? Using the environment around them. I know I fucking get on their asses all the time for this shit, but this is it. This is what makes Sakamoto so great. You take mundane shit in an environment and you just bring it in, and it was really fucking cool. I love the moment with like the sniper just beating, like getting in close range and actually scrapping with these guys. That was such a sick moment. And he does have more of a fucking like, you know, more human-like qualities this time around, since, you know, it's really hard to kind of draw just a cloak and a sniper rifle kicking and dodging and blocking and shit. So I was low-key expecting them to like do a face reveal, but maybe the series just ends with him just being a sniper.
I haven't lost hope.
What was that?
I haven't lost hope in a face reveal.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think we're going to get it. If we didn't get it this chapter, I don't think we're going to get it. But my favorite page from this is when you know, Kamihate points up and it's you got Hisuke behind him also pointing up. I feel like that was hard. That shit was pretty hard.
Yeah.
But man, that was good. That was such a good chapter. I'm really glad that I would be okay with this being Hisuke's final moment in the series. This was very well done. But yeah, those are my thoughts.
Cool. I don't think this is the very end of the fight. I think we're probably going to get at least one more chapter to really close it off.
The wrestler's not dead.
Yeah, the wrestler's probably still around. I don't think he's gone yet. And I feel like it's going to take more than this somehow to take this lady down, because she's been so tough this entire series, and she's like, she's got hands. She's a scrapper. You can't get rid of her that easy. So I think, you know, we haven't seen the end of, I think her name is Kuronami. So yeah, but I do see this going maybe one more chapter and then it'll be over for real, and then probably cut back to Lou or somebody. But yeah, this was very fun. I really enjoy Kamihate. I think it's very fun, and seeing him show out was pretty cool without actually really even showing out. He's very much is taking an assist role here. I feel like if he really wanted to and he wasn't protecting the Heisuke, it would be a little bit more like, active for him. But yeah, I haven't lost. I also haven't lost hope in a face reveal. So if not next chapter, but maybe after the battle is over, he'll like reveal himself. But yeah, I did enjoy this a lot. Kuronami is a really cool fighter, and I'm excited for more. Do we have any rebuttals or anything before we move on?
No.
Alrighty then, let's go.
I hope he turns his sword into some guns.
Kagurabachi. And with that, I'm gonna pass this one over to Josh.
Thanks, Chris. Kagurabachi, chapter number 94. The second arrow. What was the first arrow? I guess we'll talk about it later. I genuinely don't know. Last week we ended the chapter off with senior Masumi. Mini Masumi's grandfather confirmed 100%. The author told me that was the case.
Okay.
You guys will see soon. He did let me
I'm so
know,
jealous
though.
you know him and he told you.
Yeah, I mean, he said he likes how I cover the series, so I'm glad. I'm trying to stay humble. So anyway, he had met up with Hakuri, the girl, Kimi, right?
No, Kiri.
Kiri.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Miss Kiri. Masumi and the executioner dude. Man, I know their names are like right here, but they just was trying to figure out what could possibly be the case with the Shinichi being compromised because they sealed it and the Hishaku came through with such a small attack force compared to the Kaminabi vast headquarters. So, this seems like a crazy, insane risk, but they're probably confident. So they just couldn't figure out what the issue could be. This chapter, this week's really just continues with more of that speculation, but we get a bit more in depth talking about the Shinichi itself. Like was mentioned in the previous chapters, they checked the Shinichi to see if it had been tampered with before they resealed it. However, if the blade was to be tampered, if the blade was tampered with and they didn't see that on the check, that means that there's a possibility that somebody is betraying them. And by somebody, I mean one of the three head sorcerers, being Mini Masumi Senior himself, a dude named Kazin, who is the lead. I think he's the
leader guy, right?
He's the Kumanami's leader, right? So it's the right, and that's what I say. And Yatsuru, who is his assistant. Right, so they were the ones strong enough to be and powerful enough with their sorcery to actually seal the Shinichi. And they'd have to confirm that would be the worst case scenario, I guess. Right, like I mentioned, Mini Masumi's biggest concern is that one of the three of them, I guess not him, one of the other two is colluding with the Hishaku. He also says that it's possible that the Hishaku could have passed it on to many different people at the time. There's a lot that happened in this chapter. I guess I didn't want to read it panel by panel, but because because there's a lot of context, but they just anyway they finally reached the Shinichi to figure out what, you know, if there like could be an issue, or maybe they could like re-examine it. And when they get there, the Shinichi is, you know, fine. It's sealed. It doesn't seem like there's any foul play, but right as Hakuri, right as Masumi Senior is about to tell him to transport the Shinichi to the warehouse, the leader of the Kaminabi is like, nah. As the Shinichi starts to unravel a little bit, and that's not good. But we cut to the fight that's been going on between Uraha, Natsuki,
Hokuto.
and the Hishaku members Hokuto and Yura of the string. They're locked in intense combat. Natsuri is really going at Hokuto, releases an electric attack, and he says, "Oh, so the duel is over." I don't know what the hell that's supposed to mean, but I think he's talking about because Uraha just landed a pretty critical blow on Yura, like slashing his belly, and Yura.
He said that because they used sorcery. There wasn't supposed to be sorcery used.
Oh, so the regular sword duel.
Yeah.
Yeah, good catch, Brian. I guess that makes sense. So yeah, Uraha. Like I said, Uraha slashes Yura, and he's having a monologue in his head that essentially boils down to him starting to take this like seriously now, because there's not a lot of time to waste. He says, "So be it." His power level dramatically increases as he grabs both Uraha and Natsuki by the fucking throat in a split second. We cut back over to where Mini Masumi Sr., the Kuminabi leader, and both Hakuri, you know, the other guys, they're in the room with the Shinichi, and they notice that there's power leaking from the seal, which pretty much confirms the fear of Masumi, of Mini Masumi Sr., which was that somebody probably charged the Shinichi with their spiritual energy and then concealed that spiritual energy during the sealing process. He says, "I don't believe it." And before we're able to confirm who might have betrayed them, it seems like they're leaning towards the leader, but I'm not quite sure about that. We see Yura saying, "I charged the Shinichi with my spirit energy right before we submitted it to the Rakuzaichi auction." Rakuzaichi?
Yeah, you said
Whatever. So they say the whole point of the Rakuzachi was to find out who had commanded the Shinichi, essentially using the Sazanami clan as fodder, or whoever else would end up buying the Shinichi and then using it just to confirm how the like power works. Although they already had a suspicion that it like has like a really negative impact on like whoever tries to use the sword. And like Chris and Brian have been telling me, and that I for some reason didn't just accept. The owner of the past owner of the Shinichi, oh no, the current owner of the Shinichi, who's contracted to it, is able to infiltrate the minds of people who try to use the Shinichi. So you have to have a really strong mental fortitude and desire to be able to control it, just like the Sazanami, the leader of the Sazanami clan, did back in that arc. So yeah, they've seen that it's possible to access the energy for, you know, access the power of the Shinichi for at least a limited amount of time. And that's exactly what Yura does, as he summons the centipede ability and says, "With this power, we will overthrow you." Remember when I said he was taking it serious? And the last panel we get before the end of the chapter is a bunch of black, I'm assuming, crow feathers
Yeah, boy.
approaching. It's just turning up. That's the end of the chapter. Brian, what were your thoughts?
RGC.
Certified RGC. Certified RGC. Certified RGC.
God fucking damn. I don't know how he does it. Like, so here's the thing about Hokuzono is that sometimes he just randomly injects information that you didn't know about at the beginning of a chapter. Like, it's like every chapter on its own has its own like story to be told. You know what I mean? Like its own objective. And it feels like that's when he introduces certain information. Because it's so unique to this series where it happens very often where he'll start with an explanation as to why something is the way that it is, or he'll introduce a character that's going to be prominent within the chapter or future chapters. Like, he really chooses the perfect moment to introduce information. And it's not like it's an ass pull kind of thing where it's just like, oh, this plot needs to serve this purpose. This plot point needs to serve this purpose. So I'm just going to fucking craft this shit and pull it out of thin air, right? Like, it just feels like it makes sense within the world too. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
the introduction to people like injecting like energy into things feels like something that could happen within the series. And it feels like it's weird because we still don't really know that much about how sorcery works within this universe, right? Like, it's still kind of vague. So we're learning about it as the series is going on. Where like we're learning about the rules and how much it can be used like as it's going. So it's just very unique to the series. I really love this style. I don't know how to describe it, but I really love how precise he is with how he tells the story. Because once he tells you something, it's immediately put to use. Like, I'm almost immediately. So I'm a big fan of that. And I just don't know what the fuck is gonna happen. Like, there's no way of figuring out what in the world is gonna happen next. So I'm just like, I'm not even gonna think about it. I'm just along for the fucking ride, because if Toby Mune, like, you're gonna have Toby Mune, Enten, you're gonna have another former enchanted sword wielder against like somebody who's borrowing the power of the Magatsumi. So I don't know. That, like, you don't know what the fuck is gonna happen next chapter. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Fucking awesome chapter.
Yeah. This was also my RGC.
Certified RGC.
Not surprising, I suppose.
RGC. Certified RGC.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's not a crazy concept, you know, just like the idea of, you know, funneling your energy into something. I think they mentioned something about this before where you know, Kyora, the Hakuri's dad mentioned that the way to do that is to like channel his energy into it, and that's how you register items into the warehouse. But yeah, this is a really cool chapter. I feel like this was such a simple thing. I probably, if I thought hard enough about it, I probably could have called it. That Yura was going to be able to, you know, use the Shinichi in some way. But it was really effectively done, and it's really cool for this villain who was getting his ass beat. He's going up against two of the strongest guys, and now he's got just like such an upper hand. It's very cool because he's not like near the Shinichi right now, so he still has to deal with Uraha right now before he could go down and get it. And yeah, the pacing was great. I did not see it coming, except for as soon as they like showed the three people who could be possibly the traitors. And I just look at Kasen's face and was like, this guy's a hater for sure. It's him.
Yeah.
Which is a little bit of expectation, being
I don't even
shattered.
remember the girl though.
Well, we didn't spend a lot of time with the Kamunabi, actually. So there's a lot of people I don't remember on the Kamunabi. She's barely had any lines, I imagine. But yeah, this Kasen guy, I know he's like the typical kind of older leader guy, but there was something about him that's like, this guy's different. Having the leader of the good guy organization turn tail is very cool. I wonder how that's gonna turn out. Unless this is a red herring where he's gonna be like, I know what you're thinking. This wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
It was the girl, actually. So
She got me around the evil sword wielder. It wasn't me.
yeah. She loosened the seal. It wasn't me.
It wasn't me. How could I forget he left a little bit of energy?
But he was saying how like they would have detected it unless one of those three like messed with
Yeah,
it.
yeah. It was
They would've
definitely.
detected Eurus with
I think it's pretty much Kasen. But
Colleen Carson.
what?
So there's a play on the Cowboys named Colleen Carson. Colleen Kaysen.
Colleen Kasen?
Shit. I'm high. I don't remember his name.
Damn it. I'm high. I don't remember anymore. Colleen Kasen. Is he from Colleen?
He's a cornerback.
Kasen. How do you spell his name? Casen?
I'll look it up on the app. I got you. Colleen Carson.
Carson. Colleen Carson. Okay. I found him. Kalen Carson.
Yeah.
I thought he was from Colleen. Anyway. Yeah. Kasen is it's pretty much Kasen. I'm here for it. It's a good twist. Here's my big prediction for how this is gonna go with this arc. And I'm not putting no Ron Burgundy on it. So, hold your horses there. But I think that at the end of this arc, Yura's gonna die. And he's gonna die sacrificing himself to get the Shinichi Master out. And then Shinichi Master is gonna be the new head of the not the Kamunabi, the Hishaku.
I don't know.
Because for whatever
The thing
reason,
is-
I don't see Yura making out of this. For some reason.
Nah, I feel like Yura's like his goal is to wield the sword. He didn't say anything about like, not being present for it. You know what I mean? I don't think so.
You
I
really
feel like
believe
he's
in
got
this
too
theory?
much. He's got too much. Like he has some self-preservation. Like some.
Well, I don't feel good enough about it to wrong Burgundy you, Brian. But that's just my 2 cents. That's where I'm feeling. Maybe next week, if more things come to corroborate my theory, I might place it. I might just place it, and I'll have 3 wrong Burgundies going at the same time, unless you guys don't take it. But
I feel like Yura's is very intelligent. It seems as though he has contingencies for his contingencies.
well, it's not a matter of him being intelligent or not. I think this is the plan for him. Because I think he understands the risk, definitely. Like, he came in, like, the whole reason that he even did the Rakuzuichi thing was, like, to use Kiora Sazunami as a test subject because he knew this shit was going to be really intense, and I think even now he understands. It's like, oh, there's a chance that this actually kills me. But I'm not 100% sure. I'm right in the 40% sure camp that this might be a thing. I'm 40% sold on my own theory.
I think he'll be all right. I think he'll be all right.
But
If this is the second arrow, then what was the first?
Wasn't it sending Sawamura? Wasn't it sending what's his name? Is his name Sawamura? Samura. Wasn't it sending Samura to Kyoto or something? Wasn't that the first arrow? Because I remember earlier they did something about 2 arrows a while ago, but I forget what he said.
I think the Kamunabi maybe infiltrate, not the Kamunabi, sorry, the Hishaku infiltrating itself is the first arrow, but the seal unsealing, like the seal not being actually sealed, is the second arrow.
Like, oh, so him using
Him gaining access to the Shinichi's powers is the second arrow. One thing I am excited for is that it looks like Samura is showing up next chapter, so that's something to look forward to. Very into it. Samura and Chihiro are going to pull up in a very cool 2-page spread where they're both going to be doing this with their swords, and they're going to be like, eh. It's going to be the 17,000th close-up of them doing this, and I'll fall for it every time.
I do not get the reference.
The White Purity style.
Oh,
Them going like,
yeah, you're right.
it'll look cool every time. They'll do it 17 more times throughout this arc, and I'll still be like, oh.
Yeah, it's always drawn so crispy.
Yeah. But those are my thoughts. Josh, what did you think about Kagurabachi?
Yeah, I'm fixated on who the traitor might be. I think the reason why I didn't believe that the user was infiltrating the people is that I thought that was like, I don't know if on the nose is the right way to put it. I just thought that was like too like obvious. And Kagurabachi kind of tries to like surprise you in different type of ways. So I just assumed it was like something different going on. But I still believe in this situation here, I don't think any of these 3 actually betrayed. I think something else happened.
Oh.
But I don't know what. I don't know. I don't believe the leader of the Kuminabi did it. But if he did, well, he's looking at him and he's like...
He looks very serious right now. He looks very traitory to me.
I don't know. Why would the leader do that?
I don't know.
And who is this lady? Listen, I got a lot of questions, and I guess we gotta wait to find out.
The lady is one of the Kamunabi people. We've seen her before.
I know.
She just has had zero.
I need to know who she is, though. Type shit.
Yeah. Type shit.
All right, I don't really got any more thoughts.
Hell yeah.
I did really enjoy this chapter, though.
Yeah. Any rebuttals, Brian?
No, sir.
Well, alrighty then. Let's move onward to the next one, boys. Jujutsu Kaisen Modulo.
Oh, I keep forgetting this series exists.
How is that possible, Brian?
I read it, but I just forget every single time.
So this is Jujutsu Kaisen Modulo Chapter 3, Swimming Through the Forest. This chapter starts out with a mission that Usami puts the Okotsu siblings on, along with Maru. Apparently, a man-eating shark has appeared, and their mission is to exterminate it. And they're like, isn't that the government's job? Like, why are we going after a shark right now? Is like their reason that they got to get Jujutsu sorcerers to do this? And it was like, yes, because the shark was spotted in Gifu, which is a landlocked prefecture in Japan. And they're like, wait, how's that possible? I mean, it's a landlocked prefecture. He's like, oh, good point. Did it swim up a river or something? And then they explain, and then Usami says, no, the shark swims through the forest. And we see an image of a shark literally floating in the air.
That's exactly why I want to be a Jujutsu sorcerer.
Yeah.
I would have worked a 9 to 5
Yeah, for sure.
in Jujutsu world.
Oh, you would have been Nanami?
Yes. Oh, I would have moved the fuck out of Japan, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. It was like, I got cursed energy? I see what happens to those guys. I don't want no part in it.
No, thank you.
So the team is on their way to the Gifu prefecture, and Tsurugi is thinking back to his distasteful encounter with Maru's brother. Forget his name. I don't know why. I know it's a regular word. Cross. His name is Cross.
Wow.
Who I pulled that from the recesses of my memory.
Yeah, I had no idea.
But yeah, Tsurugi's remembering how he was just like, don't talk to me. And Tsurugi says, like, cursed spirits only appear in Tokyo. And Maru's like, cursed spirits? And Tsurugi's like, oh, so I'm allowed to talk to you today? And Maru has no idea what he's talking about because he was not the one who was rude to him. Cross was.
So, excuse me, is that an Earth thing?
Yeah. Huh? And they kind of give us a refresher on what cursed spirits are. Cursed spirits are incarnations of accumulated cursed energy that leaks out of people in this country. That's what yokai, ghosts, and apparitions really are. And it's up to them to exercise these abominations. But this hasn't happened in a long time, outside of the inhuman Makio in Tokyo for decades. So, you know, it's very strange that this happened now that aliens are here. And, you know, Maru's like, I swear my compatriots don't look like that picture Usami showed us, I guess, of the shark. And he's like, so you're an alien after all? And Maru's like, oh, shit. He's like, I'm sorry. I'll talk about it when the time comes. And, you know, you could trust him. He's like, I know you're not a bad guy. Probably. So they go around town asking people what they saw, you know, about what they know about the shark. This old man saw it with his very own (parentheses aged) eyes. And yeah, they're just going through the forest. Yuka's on her own right now, just kind of questioning people left and right. Meanwhile, Tsurugi and Maru are in the forest. And he asks Maru, "Is like, you sure these kind of things aren't secretly happening all over the Japan?" He's like, "I'm asking if you guys are launching an underwater invasion." And Maru takes offense because the whole reason is to prevent that from happening. And he's like, well, what about you? You seriously think Earthlings' rationality and morality are developed enough to criticize aliens? It's very weird that he would call himself an alien. Like, Maru himself wouldn't think of himself as an alien. Aliens are just, you know, whatever. So, you know, he's just like, you got a lot of nerve talking like that after you barged into other people's turf. And Maru's like, it's not what I wanted to do. He's like, why are you picking a fight with me? He's like, what's your problem? And Tsurugi's like, I'm a Jujutsu sorcerer and can die at any time, so I can't afford to have an idiot like you by my side. Maru takes offense to that because she's like, you're just like my brother. What about me is stupid? And it's like when you defeated that kidnapper, I don't know what kind of curse technique that was, but if you're capable of doing that, why didn't you just do it in the first place?
Imagine was like, dude, I had to save my special ability for the end of the chapter.
Yeah, I had to save my aura points. You don't understand how shonen works. But yeah, he explains that the higher ups told him to not interfere with the mission, and Tsurugi's like, even if it puts a child at risk, and their argument gets interrupted by a 2-page spread of a shark floating right out of the trees, a very highly detailed drawn shark, and they're both shocked. They're like, shark. Tsurugi attempts to use his new shadow style technique, but being that it has a lot to do with the sparks that come out of the sword, it's like, hey, your cursed tool will probably start to cause a wildfire. So instead, Maru decides to jump at the shark and try to catch it with his own arms, and it works. He lunges and he's just being floated along with it. But then he looks up and he sees that there's a regular man's face attached to the bottom of the shark. And everybody's shocked. He's like, it's that old guy. And now we see that the shark this entire time has just been a man in a shark suit. I think, not really, actually. I think he's using this shark. He's like inhabiting this shark's body, he explains, I think. He says that he summoned this shark at some point. So, yeah, he's inhabiting the shark's body. So it's 2 human naked legs and 2 human naked arms and a face popping out of the bottom of this shark. And he's like, who are you calling old? I'm only 46. This guy explains that his name is Osada and he's a former Jujutsu sorcerer. He says that a man-eating tiger, the problem is not this man-eating shark, it's a man-eating tiger. And the tiger's name is Toranosuke, and he's been chasing after this tiger for quite some time. He said, he said a wild tigers in Japan. And they explained that over a quarter century ago, a pair of tigers brought in by illegal foreign traders made this mountain their home, and Toranosuke is the grandkid, a product of inbreeding with the tigers that were brought in. He says he's been a really smart tiger since he was little. Even though we can't speak the same language, we knew exactly what the other was thinking just by looking at each other's eyes. And he explains that there's a massive solar plant that appeared that was built at the top of the mountain. And because of that, the river dried up and the heat probably played a part in it as well. And it's been destroying the ecosystem. And Toranosuke came down from the mountain looking for a source of water. And that's when the shenanigans started to ensue. So this guy explains that his curse technique, Seance, allows him to summon and draw out the powers of whatever he wears, regardless of
Did
location.
anybody else get excited when y'all seen that?
What? The power?
The seance?
Yeah.
Because it made me think about the creature guy.
Wait, which
The one
creature?
that had Nanami's sword at the end.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
That was his abilities, I think. Seance.
Yeah.
But that's not him.
But it's, yeah, I think it's a little different because it allows him to summon and draw out the powers of whatever he wears. So he put on a shark suit so he could have shark powers, even though sharks don't float on land.
Oh, okay.
So, but he explains that he doesn't want to take Toranosuke down. He wants to save him. And Tsurugi is like, hey, he's a wild animal that killed people. He must be exterminated, especially now that he's got a taste for humans. And, the old man is like, you don't got to tell me that, kid, but this is different. He was chased out of his home because of human circumstances. And now you want to kill him because of human circumstances? And he's like, Tsurugi is like not hearing it. He's like, hey man, this is like public safety thing. I mean, this thing is killing people. So, Tsurugi is like, what would you do if that tiger ends up killing more people? is like, and the old man's like, like what? You think I should kill myself if that happens? Like, well, even if you did, it wouldn't help the victim of the bereaved family.
That's facts.
And at that point, that's when the conversation stops. The old man uses his shark's powers to just swim through the air very, very quickly and dash towards Torinosuke. And he finds him. That's for sure. Torinosuke gets the jump on him, slashing him from above. And that's when Tsurugi comes in and tries to tackle him to get him off of old Sada, as they call him. And, Maru's like, Tsurugi, please wait. And old Sada is like, no, it's fine. He's immediately like, you know what? Fuck that tiger. He just slashed the shit out of me.
That. It ain't the same one I knew him.
Yeah, you know what? Fuck him then.
Kill that boy.
Kill that boy.
Kill him.
Get him. Slay him dead. Make him a goat. Changed his tune real quick once he got slashed.
Yeah.
We get this really cool panel where Tsurugi goes into a unsheathing stance against Torinosuke. And that's when we start having some sad memories of when Torinosuke first met old Sada. And yeah, he's been taking care of him ever since he was a baby. And as Tsurugi is about to cut him down, the old man starts breaking down into tears. He's like, just don't let him suffer. I'm begging you. And, off screen, Tsurugi finishes Torinosuke. And, that's pretty much the end of that conflict. He apologizes for, the burden that he placed on Tsurugi. And Tsurugi's like, it's fine. It's my job. Tsurugi meets back up with Maru. And Maru explains that his job is to gather enough information to decide whether or not they can exist with or coexist with Earthlings. And he says, my curse technique is shared with my younger twin brother, so I'm forbidden to use it except for emergencies. And that's when Tsurugi realizes that the guy he's been talking to probably was his twin brother. Maru goes on to explain that his brother can tell when he uses a lot of energy, and that's why he hesitated to use his powers in the past. And it wasn't because that he didn't care about saving the Earthling children's lives. And he apologizes. Tsurugi's like, are you sure you should be telling me this? And Maru's like, no, but I'd appreciate it if you kept it a secret. And Tsurugi asks him why he told him. And he's like, well, because I want to be friends. It's like, maybe that tiger and us aliens are similar, but at least you and I can speak the same language. That's what I want to tell myself. That's why I want to tell you about myself as much as I can. And it's in that moment, a tiny little tiger pulls up, and we realize that Torinosuke has a cub, and Tsurugi gives old Sada the little baby cub, and he's like, don't take your eyes off it this time. And old Sada breaks down into tears and hugs his baby tiger, and he's like, I won't. And, Maru asks, is like, are you sure about this? I mean, it's a fucking tiger, bro. And Tsurugi's like, it doesn't matter. Nobody knows how that cub will turn out, just like with us. And Maru gives a big old smile. And the chapter ends with Yuka having been at this old lady's house this entire time, stuck there in conversation. And that's where this chapter ends. Josh, what did you think about Jujutsu Kaisen Modulo Chapter 3?
It was a nice chapter. I think I'm really happy that it was only like 20 pages because, I wasn't so into it to be reading that shit for like 50 or 30 something pages. But this was cool. For some reason, I'm not mad that there was a legit tiger out there causing beef and it wasn't like, a spirit.
Yeah.
And I don't know why I'm not upset about that. Normally I would be, but I think because I know what time it is already. I mean, they have a whole alien next to them, so
Yeah.
it's only a matter of time before shit gets really absurd, right?
Mm-hmm.
I thought the art with the tiger was drawn really well.
Yeah.
This guy must be an Oda. The shark was drawn good too.
Right.
He must be an Oda fan. He must be like Oda senpai. I can also.
Must be a big
Do it.
Dandadan fan because Dandadan also had very well and detailed drawn sharks recently.
That was a shark in the water. Shark up in that water. Pull up on your daughter. Chief Keef said that.
Nice. Chief Keef once said,
He sliced this nigga's head off, man. That was crazy.
"You're right."
Sliced the tiger's head off. It was cool though, but it was crazy. Unfortunate. If only he was in his natural habitat.
Yeah.
Brian, what were your thoughts?
This series is starting to grow on me now. Especially the art with the cute little animals. That tiger cub looks so fucking adorable. And the characters are starting to grow on me too. You know, like the art starting to like. It's starting to feel like the essence of Jujutsu Kaisen is kind of seeping through. You know what I mean? Like this feels like the little chill moments before everything hit the fucking fan. You know, like Yuji and those guys hanging out doing weird shit. You know, lighthearted stuff. And then I know for a fact that it's only a matter of time before shit hits the fan. And then all of this fun, goofy, like wholesome interactions are a thing of the past and everything sucks afterwards. So this is nice. I don't know. The art's very clean and cute. So I'm looking forward to the next chapter, honestly. I'm looking forward to see where this goes because it's finally, you know, settling in for me. What about you, Chris?
I really like this chapter as well. I think this is exactly the kind of chapter that this series needed. It was a little bit of a downtime. It was kind of unexpected, to be honest. I thought we were gonna just keep going full throttle with this alien stuff, but I do enjoy that they took a minute to just kind of give us a chill chapter, so like character dynamics just could start to get formed. And we get to learn more about these people because, you know, I feel like we launched into this pretty quickly, especially with such a surreal like shift in subject matter with it being aliens and all that stuff. It's one of those things that I'm still like a little like whiplashed about with Jujutsu Kaisen Modulo, where it's all of a sudden aliens for no reason. But yeah, this was, I feel like this was an important chapter to have. And maybe I could see us having one more with Yuka on her end. But yeah, I think this was unexpected and kind of nice. And I really enjoyed the story that was being told here. It did, like Brian said, it did remind me of like early Jujutsu Kaisen, kinda, where it wasn't necessarily a cursed spirit, but you know, it's Jujutsu sorcerers like handling these issues around Japan, even if it's like tangentially related to curse energy. So it did give me that vibe of just like the early days. But yeah, very, very well needed chapter. I'm still kind of getting over just like the aliens angle, but I think, you know, it's funny because I feel like it's handling it better than most. It doesn't feel, it's out of place for sure. It's not a direction I ever pictured Jujutsu Kaisen going. But, you know, I think like Gege has made this a little easier to accept. It's also helpful that cursed energy isn't intrinsically tied to these aliens, where it was like, oh, yeah, this is an alien power the entire time. So I appreciate that. I'm excited to see where this series goes. I think it has the potential to be something pretty damn good.
I'm curious as to what extent the difference between like, you know, earthling cursed energy, like the difference between earthling cursed energy and their power system. I wonder if it's different in any way, because they mentioned that it's similar, but they didn't say it's the same.
Yeah.
So that might mean that there are some like, there might be a different power system being introduced here as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it implies like there's an inherent difference between the two, but they maybe function the same way on a mechanical level, but they come from different sources or something.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that I think that the aliens use a true version of what their cursed energy actually is, and that's the route they're going to go. That actually cursed energy is just this route. I'm not being sarcastic. I
hope
do
not.
think that's what's going to happen. It's going to be like they're going to take that could be cool depending on how they execute it. Like, you know, the reductionist route.
Yeah, it's rough because, you know, I feel like we've had that with Boruto, and that's when that went wrong, where actually chakra is just this thing that you get from this tree, and
now you can become a tree person.
Now you're gonna be a tree person.
That wasn't
there's karma, which is somehow different. But yeah, those are my thoughts on Jujutsu Kaisen's Modulo. I'm enjoying it. You know, every chapter has been a little better than the last, which is important for a spinoff. I try to read this series not through the lens of what came before it, because I don't want to be unfair to it either and just be like, this isn't my Jujutsu Kaisen. You know?
Yeah.
You know, where's Yuji Itadori? Where are my old characters that I love? Although I do think I have to believe that Itadori is somehow still alive in this.
Now, where is Yuji and Shadow Kid and Nobara? Nobara better still be alive. We can't lose her twice.
You know what I'm thinking?
Nobara actually died.
You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking Ui is going to be the character that returns to the series.
Ooh, wee.
Because he's the youngest person in the original series. So if there's somebody who could still be alive that's older.
Josh hates it. Josh hates it. Why not? Ooh was cool.
Sour, like I ate a lemon.
Yeah.
He was the MVP of that arc. What are you talking about?
Yeah, they don't win without Ooh. Or
if Ooh doesn't exist, they lose.
But that is the head of the spear. That is the criticism of the Jujutsu Kaisen final arc.
Really?
Really?
Kinda, yeah. It's a little undercooked.
No. Wee is cool. Except for the weird incest angle they do with him, but
that's aside the point.
Except for that weird pedo incest thing they do with him, but
fucking weirdos. I don't understand.
Why did it have to be that way? You know what I mean?
Am I not media literate enough to understand?
I'm gonna go with the benefit of the doubt and say that they are just a twisted relationship, but it's not meant to be glorified. And I don't think it is. I think it's meant to be very weird and unsettling about them.
Oh, not to Brian. He thinks Uyui's
okay. How about you fucking relax? Let's not fucking do that. Okay, let's not make it seem like, oh, Brian loves incest, bro. That's why he loves Ui. Let's not fucking do that shit. Okay.
Yeah. Two things can be true. Ui has a weird relationship with Mei Mei, and also he was like 6th man of the year in that battle.
Yeah, he did his thing. I just wish we would have seen him do that shit like earlier, so we knew that was what he did.
You know, if you think about it, it does hint for, you know, there are hints about it. Like,
Maybe there is, but I wish he was in a fight. and
the
we
way I
seen
would
him
think about it is
already
that
using the ability.
when they were in Shibuya, for like, they were in the middle of battle. And then all of a sudden, they're just in a hotel room being weird and incesty and gross. I think Ui Ui literally teleported them to that hotel so they could be weird.
I mean, to be fair, though, like, not to be fair, but to be clear, there is a lot of incest in Jujutsu Kaisen. We just don't see it. Like, the Zenin clan also has a lot of incest going on.
Yeah, I guess so.
And is this what Juchi told you, Brian?
Did he say
No,
that to you?
it's just implied.
Is it?
Do you also know?
yeah, it is
an
implied.
author from
I
Shonen
think they
Jump
do
like
more
me?
arranged marriages, you know, where they like find somebody who's suitable for.
Didn't they say some shit like
That means like
something? Didn't they say some shit along the lines of like keeping it in the family or like some shit like that?
Maybe I need to I don't think so.
Ew.
Because
Ugh.
like for sure the like what's the speed motherfucker's name again?
No, yeah.
Nasty.
He was saying some really out of like, you know, crazy shit to his family members.
Well, he's a psycho.
Like he was, but the thing is he represents what the Zenin clan represents essentially. He was like the introduction to like how the Zenin clan operates essentially.
You gotta go.
That's why Maki wanted to kill them all, because they were all pretty much like Naoya. So if Naoya is like an incest riddled little fucking freakathon, like that means most of the fucking Zenin clan is like that too.
Oh, you're right, Brian. I just
Yeah, you
googled
see,
it.
I told you.
They won't marry people outside of the
Naoya?
Zenin clan. They don't even.
Was he the
see
one
them.
that transformed into an insect?
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
he is.
Remember that?
Yeah, no, you're right, Brian. I think.
Chris, you were frozen in place for a little bit, at least from my perspective, and you look like Captain America. You was like
Me? Damn.
With the
missed
Lord
it.
icon.
I missed it. because-
Yes. Yeah, you look like Lord Captain America. You gotta download Rivals, bro, please. We're just gonna smoke AI.
I literally have not had any time with video games. I'm trying to.
Well, tell your job, fuck them.
I'm
man.
trying to-
Tell them you need to leave an hour early. To
I'm
play
a streamer
Rivals
now.
with the boys.
I'm a streamer now, boy.
They'll respect it.
Okay, so yeah, my mind's shattered.
Yeah. My bad. Sorry, dude.
Man, does that mean? Well, Megumi's not inbred because because Megumi was born to somebody else, a Fushiguro, a woman very much not in their family.
Maki could be inbred though.
Chill,
Ew.
not my queen.
Don't say that, bro.
Chill.
Even if it's true, don't say it out loud.
Chill, not my jacked queen.
Right? We could be respectful in that way, right?
Yeah.
You have to watch your mouth, Brian.
Toji also. Wait a second.
Brian,
Oh
don't.
my god, I figured it out. I figured out how to become heavenly restricted.
No.
You
Brian,
have to be.
Stop. Chill. That's not true. You know that.
You have to be the product of incest.
I mean,
They will not
That's
let
a
your
pretty
ass in.
steep cost. That is a very, very steep cost.
okay, wait. There's only one way to verify this because honestly, the only heavily restriction characters. Oh, not true. Mekamaru is a heavily restricted guy.
Do we know about his lineage?
No, he's not one of the special families that would do this kind of thing.
More like genetic restriction. Holy shit.
Genetic restriction.
Yeah, that's
Just when I
totally-
thought we wouldn't find a title for today's episode.
Yeah. Oh no, that's Jujutsu Kaisen is a crazy fucking series, bro.
Hold on.
And usually when we go on rants about other series while we're covering a series, it's really like unprofessional. But this technically, it's okay. But it's the
No,
same
no.
shit, right?
What happened?
You know, I was thinking because Brian put me down this rabbit hole. Now there's 3 big Jujutsu sorcery families. It's the Zenin clan, the Gojo clan, and the Blood People. And I had to look up: is Gojo incested? It's just there's nothing that officially says that he is
Not
Inbred.
incest board.
Yeah, while Jujutsu Kaisen series doesn't explicitly state that the Gojo clan is inbred, their insular nature, strict control over the powerful hereditary techniques, and rarity of the 6 eyes might suggest that they practice endogamy. Endogamy. What's endogamy?
What the fuck
This
does that
practice,
mean?
similar to that of the Pyro clans, would maintain the. What's endogamy?
Wow, we really are going down the fucking hole.
Well, you
ass-
started this, Brian.
We're going straight to the bottom of wherever this hole goes.
Modulo.
Is endogamy inbreeding? No, it's not synonymous with inbreeding, though they are related concepts. And endogamy can lead to increased inbreeding over time. Endogamy is the practice of marrying within a specific social group or community.
Oh.
So that's not as bad.
Like white supremacist.
I mean, you know,
Alright, let me stop.
it's not Targaryen shit exactly. But well, that's
So
kind.
Zenins are Targaryen,
Yeah, Zenins are Targaryen. They're inbred.
and Gojo clan are like Baratheons,
I guess. I mean, you know, they're not.
or Starks. I
Which
guess
ones
they're
are the
more like
ones who
Starks.
don't marry their cousins and sisters and brothers and shit?
Yeah, I guess we'll say Starks. They're more like Starks.
Yeah. Well, that was fun. That was a fun rabbit hole to go down. Jujutsu Kaisen Modulo, everyone.
Modulo.
Modulo. All right, let's move on.
I don't really have to fucking care who's in my way. I'm gonna fucking kill everybody.
Dandadan. And with that, I'll pass this one over to Brian.
All right. So the chapter picks up where we left off with the hammer guy hammering the water and then bringing Momo back into full form. And she awakens inside of a hotel room with Vamola sleeping right next to her. She kind of looks a little confused as she walks out. And do we know this character? Have we met
No,
her
they're
before? Or
new.
She looks too distinct. I'm sure she's gonna come back later. Like
Me too.
She stands out a little too much. But she's wearing an oversized suit.
It's a big coat.
Yeah, it's a very big fucking coat. I don't know if that's like a Japanese thing or if that's like
It looks like a big robe, but she's wearing a tie underneath it.
but
And a
it
shirt.
seems as though she works at this hotel. And she asks like where Seiko is essentially. She's like, "Where's my guardian? Like, what the fuck? Where is she? Is she in another room?" And the lady is like, "Okay, let me go find out. Just wait." And she's like, so are you talking about Granny Seiko? She made the reservation, I guess. Did Vamola find Ayase and then bring her here and call? There's like a whole fucking gap of information here.
No. Remember, they picked up Momo, and I guess they found Vamola.
Who picked up Momo?
The fucking masked man.
Yeah, but how did she get into this hotel room?
They probably dropped her off after they did the ritual.
But they said that Miss Seiko made the reservation.
Yeah, no, they're expecting her. But, you know, these people, I think, are the ones they were looking for.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that I guess Granny Seiko made the hotel room.
Yeah, she made a
room.
hotel room reservation so they could stay there while Momo heals and stuff.
Okay, I guess. And Ayase finds out almost as if for the first time that Granny Seiko is in the hospital. And as she's about to leave to rush to the hospital, she goes, "Oh, also, there was someone I don't know who's sleeping in my room."
Dun dun dun.
You have a drop for that, Chris?
I do have a drop. I don't have it open.
Fuck.
Hold on now. This is Brian want to put me on the spot.
I'm waiting.
Go.
What? That's not it. There you go. And we get an establishing shot of the hotel and then another shot of the hospital. We see Momo running in, we see her talking to the front desk, and then we see her approaching Granny Seiko's bedroom, hospital room. And as she kind of turns the corner, she hears Granny complaining that she wants like some junk food, it seems, with Gigi. And Momo's like, "What are you doing, you old bag?" And the two of them are shocked to see Momo there. Like, you know, which is, you know, confusing because if she booked the room for them,
But
why
they're
would they
not
be
at the
surprised
hotel
that she's
anymore.
here?
She's not at the hotel anymore. They're shocked that she's out of where she was. Like that she made it out alive.
I don't know. It feels a little odd to me. But Granny immediately hugs her, and Gigi's also crying. And he's like, "Let me hug you." And Momo goes, "Who are you? And how do you know my name?" And the two of them are shocked, and they're like, "Wait, Momo, you don't recognize Gigi?" And she then recognizes Gigi as the person that she went to elementary school with. And it is becoming apparent that she is suffering from some type of memory loss. And then from there, we immediately cut to Okaroon, who is doing some training. We cut to Okaroon doing a handstand. And I forget this guy's name. What's his name?
I forget his name too.
Trainer guy is
Rock Lee.
like, "Please visualize your chi flowing straight to your head, from the bottom of your belly to the top of your head." And Okaroon's kind of like, "How long are you gonna make me do this? I'm gonna die any second now." And he immediately topples over. And trainer guy goes, "Well, that'll do. Please always keep that visual. Oh my God, why can't I say the word? Visualization in your mind. Now, here's your next task." And he tasks Okaroon to clean the windows from top to bottom. And then he also gets him to clean the hallways, like by wiping them. So he's just running around the halls with a towel in his hand, just running around. And he's just telling him to visualize things. He tells him to keep visualizing. And as he's kind of wringing the towel, trainer guy runs over and just pushes Okaroon. And he's like, "If you're still getting knocked down easily, you've got a long way to go." Somehow Gigi learned it so easily, which is kind of a motivator for Okaroon to not lose here. And this old man who kind of looks like Sakamoto, like big fat Sakamoto, comes over and he's like, "Thank you. I can't believe you're even cleaning for us." And trainer guy
That
goes,
does look like Sakamoto.
"Pay it no mind, since we're lodging here for free while we're in Kamigo City. It's only right we do at least this much." And we cut to Okaroon also sweeping outside as trainer man is like, "Please lower your hips and keep your back straight." And he starts to think about Momo, and we cut back to Momo, and she goes, "Nah, there's no way aliens are real." the worst thing that could have possibly happened. Josh, what are your thoughts?
I don't know what the hell to think. To be honest, this is
Bless you. Look at that guy. Such a pro. He muted himself right before he sneezed. Such a fucking
caught that.
broadcasting
Caught that with the
professional.
mute button.
What a fucking beast.
Oh man, you're making me blush, bro. All right, so look, I think, is this like a reset? At the end of the day, we're gonna be playing this will they won't they game between
Bro.
Okaroon and Ayase until the end of the fucking series, aren't we? That's it. That's all this was about. That's all this whole memory reset thing was about. Is the feelings thing, and they're gonna have to reconnect all over again. If they do, she might end up connected with someone else. Whatever. I'm unsettled by her losing her memory, but that's not a bad thing. It's a nice spice. I like that Okaroon is learning something else other than the granny powers, but he's got to get them shits back. That's his thing, man.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe he's gonna use his chi in a way that allows him to run like Super Granny. Maybe Super Granny's gonna train him. I don't know. There's a lot of possibilities. Chris, what were your thoughts?
Man, what a heartbreaking chapter. You know, it's just these crazy kids are never going to get together at this rate. Bro, they were so close. You know, she's supposed to come back and hear him confess his feelings, but now she probably has no memory of Okaroon. And everything they've been
And if
through
she
together.
does, it's probably not like that.
Not at all. I don't think she has any memory because she barely remembered Gigi. So there's no way she remembers Okaroon. Oh, man. If it's not one thing, it's another. Yeah, I knew that there was going to be something ominous that Momo just wouldn't be back to normal, easy peasy. We got another fucking barrier in the way. We got another obstacle to hurdle. So now it's about getting her memories back. I don't even know how you would do that.
Oh my god! I hope the vampire doesn't finesse her,
bro. Ugh.
If she becomes an evil queen,
they can't happen. I don't think she'll be an evil queen.
I hope not, bro.
And you know, Okaru's out here working so hard, so he could be able to fight and protect her. And now she won't remember him. What the hell?
Sad stuff.
Yeah.
Months of character development thrown out the window.
But
they Gamora'd her.
Yeah, they did Gamora her. She just got Gamora'd.
Yeah,
fucking Gamora.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, Guardians.
You got the reference.
Yeah.
Get fucking Gamora'd on.
You just got Gamora'd. Man, yeah, it's a bummer. I really did enjoy this chapter. Vamola is just stuck there at whatever hotel they're at. So I feel like they got to go back to this place.
Yeah, they just left that. Yeah, the ancient cistern temple. We need to figure out what they're about. I didn't like how this lady was talking. Too many ellipses. I'm told ellipses. That Misako. No. You're suspicious.
Very sus. Are you evil? Did you take Momo's memories?
She sure did.
You're getting in the way of our shipping.
She took her youthful memories and added it to herself. That's why she looks young.
Yeah.
And that's what Miss Seiko does too. But she does it in a more ethical way. It's ethically sourced and vegan.
Yeah.
How she retains her youth.
Yeah. Brian, what did you think about this chapter?
Not a fan of the memory loss. Not gonna lie. Not a fan.
Are you handing L's out?
Yeah, I'll hand out an L for this one. I'll hand out an L.
Oh.
This is the first L in a very long time. I can't remember an L in the series so far. This is the first one.
Like a legitimate L, or you
Yeah.
don't like this development?
I don't like it. It's very common that my memory loss stuff is kind of like, a lazy thing in writing. Like, it's really hard to make it work in a way that's interesting. Like, even when Oda did it with Big Mom, it was kind of meh. It's like, why? I feel like you could do literally anything else and it would be more interesting. So I don't know. It just feels like, why rehash shit? It just feels like, oh, now we're gonna be in this whole memory loss charade for the next like 2 to 3 chapters, or maybe forever. Who knows? It fucking blows. I'm not a fan. But we'll see. I just, a little disappointed. I thought this guy was a lot more creative than this. You know what I mean? I feel like he's above doing memory loss subplots. But that's about it for me.
Yeah, the only thing I would say is that I guess if there's anybody I trust to subvert a trope, it's probably the creator of Dandadan. But I see where you're coming from, Brian. My hope is that maybe that he finds a unique twist to, the memory loss trope. But we'll just have to see about that, really. Did you want to say something, Josh?
Nope.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say something. All right. Well, I suppose that's it for this week. That was Dandadan, and that has been our show. Thank you all so much for listening. As per usual, you could find me at the Chris Espinal on Twitter and Instagram. Josh is at JD_Cole_37 on Instagram, at New Jump City Josh on Twitter. Brian is at B.ESP on Twitter and Instagram as well. You could catch him where he's streaming sometimes at twitch.tv/itspunchline. Email the podcast at newjumpcitypod@gmail.com with any questions, suggestions, anything you guys want us to talk about, and we will talk about it in our pre-show chat show that we do. Yeah, keep them coming. Subscribe to the show, please. Give us a like. That would be super duper nice. Some comments. We got a couple comments recently on our YouTube. Very appreciative. Keep those coming. I'd like to read them on the show. I didn't get a chance to do it this time, but if you comment on the show, we'll find a way to read them in an organic and cool way. But yeah, keep it coming if you guys like the show. We've been getting a little bit more subscribers lately. That's been very encouraging to see, so I'd like to see that continue. But with that being said, that has been our show. We'll see you guys next week. Stay safe, New Jump citizens.
Peace out. Thanks for listening.